Okay, so I'm in Quebec City, Wednesday, July 17th, and I'm at the Chateau Frontnac. I'm staying at the Delta. The Chateau Frontnac, for me to stay 3 nights here, would have been just shy of $2,400. I would have got a little bit of a discount with my TD Expedia points, but not much to put a dent in it. So did I want to spend $2,400 for 3 nights? No, that's why I'm not staying here. And I've stayed here 3 times before. So I know what it's about. And I would have got a standard room for $2,400. It's an old-fashioned room. It's nothing to write home about, but it's the simple fact that you stayed in this castle-looking hotel. By far, the most impressive hotel in Canada. By far. So the reason I'm here is to recount what happened to me in 2005 when my ex-wife and I came here for we were on our honeymoon, and we came here for 1 night. So on our honeymoon, we planned on driving between Toronto. Basically, we didn't even have a route plan. Like, we knew we were going to go to Toronto, Ottawa, Montreal, Quebec City. Then after Quebec City, we didn't know where we were going to end up. So we rented a car. We had a nice car at the time. We had a brand new 2006 Nissan Maxima, but we wanted to rent the new Chrysler Hemi C, the big Chrysler that came with the Hemi. And we rented a 2005 from Budget on Dufferin in Toronto. And yeah, the car was a 2005. It was pretty new. It didn't have hardly any kilometers on it. And it was a nice car, powerful car. So we drove that. So we left from Toronto, I think around the end of the first week of October. This is approximation, but pretty close. And our first stop was Ottawa. So we stayed. Our mandate on the honeymoon was to stay in the best hotels in every town we stopped in. So in Ottawa, we stayed at the Chateau Laurier, and we had a concierge floor at the Chateau Laurier. I can't remember, it was the 7th floor or the 4th floor, where you get your own butler, you get your own private bar. It's expensive. But my ex-wife worked for a company, a big, well-known company. I'm not going to say the name of it, but she had a good corporate rate whenever she traveled. She traveled quite a bit, so we were probably almost paying probably half price for the rooms. So it was beneficial for us to stay at nice hotels because you're paying half price, but still expensive. So the first stop was Ottawa. We stayed at the Chateau Laurier. Second stop was Montreal. We stayed at the Sofitel, which is first and only time I stayed at the Sofitel, and it was I liked the Sofitel. It was a European chic, modern room, which I like modern sometimes. Most times I do like modern. And then our third stop was Quebec City. So I know I wanted to stay here. So I remember when we were coming in here. So this would have been 2005. So I'm not exactly sure when check-in time was back then. I don't think it was 4 o'clock back then. Might have been, I don't know. Maybe it was 3. But anyhow, my wife was driving the car. And so she reserved it. So we pulled up here where this white car is right here. This white BMW SUV is. And complete daylight out. I believe it was on the weekend. And where that car is moving right now, my wife parked the car there to go check in. So I got out of the passenger side and I got behind the car to open up the trunk to get the luggage. So I had my body completely facing frontwards towards the hood of the car, but I'm at the back in the trunk open. For some reason, I moved out of the way and stood on the passenger side of the car, and about a split second later, that rental car that we had got rear-ended by a car that would have been right here, and it was a Jaguar. It was one of those like a Vanden Plas Jaguar. Probably had a 6-cylinder in it. It was okay. So 2005. That Jaguar might have been like a 1998. Smashed into the back of our rental car. So I turn around and I say an expletive to the guy driving the car. He's an older guy. He's probably around 60-ish at the time. At the time I'm like, I don't know, 35 or something. So 60 was old to me. So the guy gets out of the car and he's pissed drunk. So he staggers out of the car And I'm like, I'm following him now. Now I follow him. He backed the car up enough, whereas I could walk between his car and my car. So I looked at the damage to our rental car, and where his license plate was, the 2 bolts that hold his license plate in, put 2 bolt holes in the bumper of my car, the rental car. So I follow him here. Like I said, my wife's already in here. I follow him through the doors of the Chateau Frontnac here. Am I going to go through here? Yeah. And I follow him in right over here. So this is the lobby of the Chateau Frontnac. So the guy is staggering, like all over. My wife's over there checking in, and I'm from here to that carpet over there, and the guy's staggering, and he falls. So then someone came out of here, ran out of here, a gentleman in a suit, picked this guy up off the floor here, and whisked him through there and back in there. And then I'm yelling. I'm going like, this guy just smashed in the back of my car. So the same guy that picked this guy up instantly came out, and he came up to me, and he had a French accent, and he goes, "Sir, what happened?" And I go, "I'll tell you what happened. That drunk you just whisked away, smashed in the back of my car. He's pissed drunk." And he goes, "Sir, let's go and take a look at the car." So we go take a look at the car, and he sees the 2 little bolt holes there. And I go, "Who is that guy?" He goes, "Sir, he's a guest at the hotel. We'll take care of whatever damages." So the car, like I said, it was hardly any damage. You could see it. So anyhow, I said, "Well, what are we going to do here? Like, we can't call the cops. I don't want to come back here and have to deal with, coming back to testify in Quebec and deal with the Quebec police." Nice hotel, by the way, as you can see. So what he did, he comped us the night for the room. He gave us the room for free, and I think he gave us one room service too. One dinner, like one order for 2 for room service, if my memory serves me correctly. But yeah, and if I didn't get out of the way of that guy at the Jaguar, definitely would have broke both my legs. So you people almost lost me. I would have been a much different person. I would have been wheeling around, and my mobility would have been not what it is today, just somewhat hampered. But yeah, I thought I'd come by and just share that story. I've told many people that I get a kick out of it because it was funny because I didn't get hurt. But yeah. So it's been 19 years since I've stepped foot into this place. Don't worry, I'll block all your faces off. You won't be on my YouTube channel. So it's been 19 years, like I said here. And yeah, it's I don't think I was in this part before. Yeah, this hotel is grandiose, to say the least. It would have been nice to stay here. You got the Champlain. Yeah, and their restaurants are always killer in these places too. Restaurant, bar. I could go in there and eat. Maybe I will. I am getting kind of hungry. But yeah, what a beautiful hotel. Absolutely stunning. I'm not going to go up to any of the floors and walk around the floors. This hotel is huge, like the Chateau Laurier, like the Royal York. But I'll be honest, the nicest Fairmont property I ever stayed at was just recently, about a month ago, the Chateau Whistler in Whistler, BC. I've never been treated so good, and I've stayed at quite a few Fairmont properties, and that one I was treated the nicest. I was impressed. Yeah, this downtown area, or this old part of Quebec is busy tonight. But yeah, so the copper, brass. I guess that would be brass. Yeah, that'd be brass. Look at this. The old Royal Mail, all brass. All the doors, the elevator doors are brass. Yeah, unbelievably nice hotel. I guess I probably could stay here one night on this trip if I wanted to. Oh, but I'm already staying 3 nights here. Or at, I don't mean here, but in Quebec. So do I want to stay a 4th night? I don't know. We'll see how it goes. But anyhow, that's Chateau Frontnac.